Hello guys, welcome back to DandamanChess. Today I'll be explaining a game I played during the summer in the Summer Pride Open against this 14-year-old boy. I think this was the most intense game I've played for a while. And let's see. So I was black in this game and my opponent played the English opening. So I just started playing the Carol Khan C6 and then G3. I've never seen this opening, but I just started playing regularly the Carol Khan defense. He traded pawns, we both developed a little bit. And now it's basically sort of like an exchange Carol Khan kind of position. And white doesn't have that much advantage because his center is, we both have one center pawn each. And as we keep on developing, you can see that now it's me who has the advantage. So when I play knight to e4, and he doesn't really have any good moves, so he just develops a knight castle. And if he trades right now, it won't be that good because if I can just take with the bishop, and this Catalan bishop sort of thing would be traded off in the future. So instead of doing that, he played the move e3, which is normal. And now I have a super comfortable position out of the opening. I took the knight because, I mean, I didn't, like, I had nowhere else to play. And plus, I thought if I take the knight, then the bishop would be misplaced. So that's why I took the knight. And then also to open up my bishop. Play bishop e4 anyways to try to trade off his bishop. a3, queen e7, h4, queen f6. Yeah, I kind of messed up the moves here. I should have just played queen f6 right away here. That would be much better. But that also works. Queen e7, queen f6, knight g5, and I trade off his very good knight square bishops. And now realize all his pawns are in dark squares, and he has a dark squared bishop, which is horrible. And I think I have the slight advantage here because of that. h6, getting the knight away, queen e7, and now he starts launching a kingside attack, which is reasonable since he doesn't have that much other moves to play. And it turns out that this attack was actually the right idea, and I should have attacked on the queen side, but I just didn't know that plan, so I just started defending. Knight b8, rook h1, knight d7, g4, f5, and then I was just starting to defend while he's absolutely busting my position. Queen e8, h5, and then now my position is slightly worse because as you can see, all my pieces have to go to the king side to defend his very nice pawn storm, and all his pieces are very coordinated. Both rooks, the knight here also good for support, the queen here, and the bishop here is not doing anything, but it can always reroute over here to trade off my bishop and to have a very nice position. So now I played rook to g8. He moved his king to open up his rook. And now I played a pretty good move, since if I don't do anything, then my position's gonna collapse after he can just double up his rooks and then open up the position. And then my position will fall apart after that. So I have to get some counterplay. So I played knight to b6, opening up my queen, while also giving my knight some good squares to hop in. Knight c4, rook g2, and then my queen leaps into action. Queen e2, and then now I just should have just taken the queen, because there's nothing bad about taking the queen. I'm under attack, so trading pieces is nice. So I played the move queen c4 because I wanted him to trade me, which he did. And now my knight is in a good square. But I should have just traded queens right away. But anyway, he moves his king up to defend the pawn. Rook c8, moving my rook to an open file. King d3, because now it's an endgame and the queens are traded off, so the king should go into action in case more pieces get traded off. b5, double up the rooks, And here I thought I was okay after a6 because I didn't see that he can open up the file because I thought he would just trade everything. But he had to move rook to g6, which is super annoying. Have to trade, and his rook cannot be um chased away. His rook is in a very good position. My king cannot go out, and this pawn is a weakness. So I have to go here, and it seems that my position is going to collapse soon. But after knight g1, I had a very nice move. I had to move a5. a5, I thought at that time I thought he had to move b3, and after take and take, my position is slightly worse because my knight is kind of misplaced. But I had to move knight takes e3, and that just straight up wins a pawn. I mean, not straight up wins a pawn, but like after bishop to a5, I can just simply go here, and his rook cannot go back, and my position is nice, and this pawn is hanging because of my bishop. So I had that move, and by the way, he cannot take because I take his bishop, and then he's gonna lose all his pawns. So I didn't see the move knight to e3, but instead I didn't see the move a5, so I just played the move knight takes a3, which is a huge blunder because I thought I had this was a brilliant move because it was a nice sacrifice, and I have very nice connected passed pawns, and I'm gonna promote. But my calculations went wrong, and I missed the move bishop a5, which is strong, blocking this pawn, and then this pawn has to move alone, which is not that great. So I started pushing my pawns, but I was too late. His knight just came, coming from the other side of the board, and if I push again, then I'm gonna lose because just king c2. Oh, my bad. Just king c2, and then this pawn is gonna get blockaded. So I was one square away. So my calculations went a bit wrong. Anyway, so here I played the move bishop to c1, which is actually more of a blunder because he had to move knight takes d5. Knight takes d5 because if I can't take because I would lose my rook here. So yeah, I literally blundered a pawn there, but he didn't see, and he played the move rook to g2, coming back to defend. I played rook to c8 because I want to reroute my rook to b8 and then push to promote. Knight to b1, and then rook to c2. So the point of rook to c2 is after he trades and he takes again, I can get 2 pawns. So I'm technically now up 3 pawns for the knight, but because he still has a lot of pawns and my pawns aren't that connected and sort of blockaded by his pieces, I'm still slightly losing. But he didn't have to do that. He can just play the move knight to d2. He can just play the move knight to d2 here, and I would be in huge trouble, and then I would probably have to resign because this pawn cannot be guarded, and I cannot take this pawn obviously. And if I take the knight, then obviously his king just takes, and I would lose this pawn anyway. But of course he missed that. He took, and then now this position is super complicated. He has a slight advantage because my pawns are blockaded, but I still have a chance, and he also has a bigger chance. Super complicated endgame, by the way. And now I think we both are low on time, so we didn't have a lot of time to think about how to play this position. My point was to play e5 and to trade off some pawns, so that, and in the future get this pawn, so that it would be a draw in the future, because he would have no pawns to promote. And here, knight to c5 was actually a bad move because I had a chance here by playing e4. And when his king moves, then I can just play bishop to g5. And then this pawn, these two connected passed pawns, would march down the board in support and have support with bishop cutting the king off. So I might have some chances, and he would probably have to sacrifice his bishop or the knight for these 2 pawns, and then it would be a draw. But I missed that, and I decided to just shuffle my king, and he took this pawn, and then I retraded pawns. And now it's completely winning for him. But you might think I can just play king to f6, and then if he just takes his pawn, and then it's a draw because I go here, his knight moves back, for example, and then take the pawn, and then it's a draw because he doesn't have any pawns to promote. But the thing is, if I play king to f6, he has to move bishop to d8, and I cannot play here because it's an illegal move, and my king has to go here. Still playable, this position, but of course I cannot get this pawn, and in the future this pawn would fall and this pawn would promote. But I think that's actually a good option. But instead I played the move bishop to c1, and I just completely gave up this pawn because I thought this pawn could promote, but then the king is here to stop it in time. And then here I thought I had a chance because king f6, bishop check, king f5, and then have a chance because this pawn is a bit weak and his king cannot come to defend the pawn. So I thought I had some chance here, but what I missed was if I played king f6, king g4, and it blocks my king from coming to the pawn. So I completely missed that, and I saw that, and I just started shuffling my pieces back and forth. I have nothing else to do. I have to hold on to this pawn, otherwise this pawn would promote. And I was just shuffling my pieces, and he played extremely well in this position. And then bishop to g7. Oh yeah, by the way, before this, he was trying to play the move knight to f8. It looks like it's checkmate, but like I can just take the knight. When king takes, it's a stalemate. And he saw that, so he played the move bishop to g7, which is an incredible move. And now knight f8 wins because he can take with the bishop, and my king can move here. He takes my pawn, and now I resign because although it seems like a draw, but because the corner is a right corner, like it's a dark squared bishop, and the promotion square is also a dark square, so it's a win for white. If the pawn was here and my king was also here, then it would be a draw because it would be a wrong corner, rook pawn. But unfortunately for me, this is a win for white, and here I resign. Anyway, I think it was a very nice game, and it was also pretty tiring. I played this game for like 5 hours. And yeah, thank you guys for watching.